Welcome back, sports fans. Here we are, another video. This time a new upgrade. Now I do have a couple of upgrades that I do need to launch. I've recorded, I just need to narrate over the top. They'll be coming over the next couple of days. It just gave me a bit of content just to be able to release stuff as we go through the week, but I didn't want to hold back too much on upgrading the athlete for jumping. So jump's going to level 15. Now, I did not do what I normally do, which is test the pole vault and high jump to see what the gain is that we got. Slight error there, but we're going to start long jump. Let's see how we go on this video. So we are looking, realistically, we should be getting 4 PBs across the board. Now that is obviously down to execution. We will definitely be getting PBs as we go through. So it's a little bit glitchy. I didn't think that was on the line. If we're looking at the national record, world record, we're not expecting mass gains here. Maybe 0.05. We'll see. There we go. There's a PB straight away, and it is roughly as close to 0.05 as you can get because it's 0.49. So PB straight off the bat. Second go. Let's try again. And slightly under. That also would have been a PB. I think there's a lot more in that. I think we've probably got... I think that probably over time we'll probably get another 0.03, 0.04. We could sit here and give it a couple of goes just to really try and eke that out. We'll get it over time for the purpose of the video. What we're trying to show is what's the immediate gain, because this is what we look at. And we've got 175 cups there. Hopefully as well we do also get ourselves, do you know what, because we've got long jump again, it's been very kind, we will give it a second go. We are looking at some distance improvements as well on our total challenges that we get. The burger in the top right hand corner, so let's go again. That's pretty good. Oh no, slightly too low. And you can see here, the other thing, there's a visual effect on this, whereby we think we're hitting an absolute brilliant jump and it gives us a different distance from the board. So I think most of us are aware of that visual glitch that we get there. Not the greatest. Whoa, well over. And not even the best jump either. So there we have it. That's long jump. PB, not going to complain. As I said, if we can get 175 cups across the board, we're close, aren't we, to... It's not going to be quite 1,000, but you know, it's not far off. It'll be 800. I think we're hoping for 1,000. I think that'd be nice. Let's do the triple jump. Let's see how we go on this one. And we know that athletes are what really drive that cup improvement. So don't be disheartened on others. Coaches do decent upgrades to the lower levels. That, oh, I thought I had that one then. That would have been a very close jump. And we've done exactly the same again. This really does highlight the 0.017 effect, i.e. how on earth... Oh, no, we've ruined it at the end. What a jump, it could have been so much better. 427 cups, wow. Okay, so we know we can definitely go better there because we did a good at the end. Even the first tap was a tiny bit too early. So I think we've probably, you know, the total cup game we could probably get is 500. I think we'll probably see that. So this is the burger in the top right hand corner. Milestones. We've obviously hit the triple jump milestone for the next one. We are not going to be getting to 19 meters. But you can see here, oh wow, look at that. We're 0.001 away from that. We know we're going to get that in the near future. So that's good to know. We'll just quickly collect what's here. We've maxed out purple, so it's not going to give us what we anything good apart from some coins. A lot of people do ask, how do you have so many coins? Well, when it was max 13, I managed to get myself a lot of the cards to max. So as you can see here, as I'm getting those cards, I'm earning coins. And obviously, once you've then got legendary done, then that's really what accelerates your coin bank. You know, I think that over the next week we'll be back over 10 million. And then it will just keep on going up from there. Now, okay, so we just got those cups. Let's just see where that's putting us rankings. We've done 2 events. So we're at 157,092. So that's going to... Oh, wow. So that's moved us up 2 spaces. But hopefully we can be up at 34, 35. It's very misleading looking at it because, for example, I just want to slightly sidetrack. You know, athletes is where it's at. We know we've got another 2 coming up fairly quickly in terms of throwing and long running. Now, long running, there are less events, and long run is only 3. Medium run is actually the worst because there's only 2. Throwing will be good, and all of this will benefit us in a variety of different competitions. So, for example, we're playing the World Tour Playoff now. Us improving these cards while we're midway through a competition, especially the World Tour Playoff, where it's placed us and it's ranking us based on World Tour points. Those World Tour points were with different cards. So the quicker you can improve within an event, the better. If we look at coaches, we're not far away from medium runner. 8's pretty good. And, only the throwing coach is the one that was really lagging behind. And then when we start to look at overall equipment, we literally need 1 legendary item. That's it. We need the hammer throw. Now, I had a look at the CC offers just to see if there's anything there that would help. There wasn't. I'm just going to quickly just collect some cards. New member joined Global Athletics Society. If you do want to join, do let me know. We do, there is a minimum requirement, but do let me know if you are looking to join. We're looking at 113,000, I think, cups. So, yes, it's a lot if you've only just joined, but you'll quickly get up to a decent level as we go through. We're just going to give cards for everything that we can. Let's just quickly close this out. And the reason why we do this, look, as we're going through, as we start to donate, we are earning coins, not on every one. Is it every second? No, it is every one. It's just got a delay. So you earn coins that way as well. Another good way to earn coins, be really active in trading between, asking for trades, which is a very good point. We didn't ask. And we ask every time we can, and we give every time we can. And you might think that that's counterintuitive, but it's not. It actually does benefit you, and it builds your coins, it builds your level ranking. So, we are doing jumps. So we're going to go to high jump. Now, hopefully in high jump, we're going to be able to see the type of improvements we can make. So at 2481. Now, as people know, we go all the way up to the top and hit the double arrow down once, which goes 20 less. That is immediately giving us a PB. We should be at 2506 roughly, I think is a fairly decent marker. Ooh. Not to worry, we're still going to go. We might give high jump 2 goes. 2506 is my marker I'm aiming for. And then after that, we're not that far away from the national lead. That's good. There we go. So that's a PB straight out the bat. I say straight out the bat, we failed the first one. We'll let it just add the 10 on top. We're not going to go for the additional 0.003. Now this, we do need 3 perfects. And we got them. And there you go. 2 PBs in a row. So we're now above 2,500. 476. That's a really good game. When you're looking at things, and I know that if you're currently level 13 and you're looking at 14, you might be a bit apprehensive about level 14. you know, if you've watched my videos, if you've looked at what's been written, it really doesn't give the good gains. This is a really good example of how, yes, 14 is, and I think if memory serves me correctly, level 12 was similar. There are a couple of duff levels that don't really give you too much. You set PBs, but you're not really getting those cup gains, which is, you know, that's largely what people want. So let's have a look at where we are now. Let's collect the milestone. I've just realised we have hit another milestone as well. So we're closing on that 25-20. I don't think we can do that. But with Stadium level 13, we've now hit the next milestone. This means that we will, and it doesn't help us now, but once they eventually increase the levels, the higher up we can get, the better. So just quickly back into rankings at 157557. So let's see where that puts us. 557. So we're up to 35th. And the reality is that after we do pole vault, we should be at 34th. Now, and this is first athlete up to level 15. So when we're looking at this and going, how are people getting gains? How are they getting up to close to 170? They are, you know, I'm going to hazard a guess, especially at the top, all of the athletes are done. And those smaller gains are coming from blues, greens that still need to be upgraded. And then just generally their performance of how they're performing. So, one thing I want to do is make some room. And then we are going to do the pole vault. So let's see how we get on the pole vault. Again, remember the technique. Go all the way up to the top, double arrow down twice on this one. So high jump was down once, pole vault we go down twice. We can do that. We then go up 0.1 and then we go up by 0.05. So I can actually see that if I decided to somehow do the impossible, I could get the national lead there. But we're going to start 6355. We should be finishing this at 6370 if we... Ooh, I hit that very early and it said I hit it late. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, that's 6355. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to really push the boat out here. We're going to go down twice and we're going to go up 10. Ooh, not that far. There we go. Let's try this. And if not, we'll just redo the event. And that's terrible. It is not... The press on the first bit is slightly out of kilter. We're just going to waste this one. And we're just going to go down to 0.65. I mean, if we get this, happy days. But that's better. Better. We're on. There you go. Straight away, PB. And that's a good PB straight off the bat. It's only 300 cups though. I was expecting slightly more. 6365. Starting to catch up into that national lead area. I am just going to quickly do that again because I just want to see if there is the ability to... So 6365. Okay, cool. I just want to see on the pole vault how much extra I can do. Pole vault is one I think you can do pretty well at. You can, if you're good at the pole vault, you will do better than a lot of your peers at a similar level. There's quite a large skill gap. So 6365. Okay, we could probably go to 6370 based on previous. Let's try this. And we'll probably get the remainder when we do the coach. That's not good. That's not good. That's going to be a foul. So let's see if we can get this 6370. We're only going for 6370. We are not interested in anything else. So it's basically max score minus 0.025. That's good. Bad release. Yeah. Ooh. Bad release, and also with the second press, you are slightly better going early in the green zone than you are going late. That's better. There we go. We just smashed the PB again. I say smashed it. 0.005. It's added 36 more cups, but that's a very good jump. I think 6370. Let's see where we're ranked. I think we're 35th. We do need to get some of these athletes up quicker. I'm not sure how we're really going to do that, because the packages are really not that appealing at the moment, and we're not sat here going, we're just going to buy a package on the basis that it's asking us to. But we've got ourselves up into 34th. Very interesting. But if I go to the World Tour playoff, so that's going to put me in a better position here. We're actually in a very good position in 5th. Quite like being in 5th, I think. Probably need to relook at it and go through. I technically should be coming 6th, I think. Yep, 6th, because Neddy should be finishing ahead of me. But obviously in there, oh sorry, wrong thing. Alamog, okay, we should be winning that one, shouldn't we? Yep, we should. Now what was I doing? That was it. I was going to have a look and go, right, so we're up to 34th now, okay? I just want to go to the records, all time, and we'll go pole vault. Now I don't know where I am on this. So 6408 is the top. What did I just jump? 6370. So I'm 26th in pole vault, yet 34th overall. So if we look at that from the US point of view, I'm actually the second best at pole vault. Yet, if I go to trophies, I'm not second best, I'm third. But we are now starting to claw in Peter Parker. Peter Parker's catching DMC because DMC's now hit that limit. And I think this is good. What we want is we want more people starting to get up to these upper echelons to make the competition a lot harder. So that it really is a peer for peer. It's based on skill level. Don't increase the levels until you've got a much higher group of people at that top level. And by that, I'm talking like 165s up. And I think we need at least 50 people at 165 up. Currently, we're on 18. So still a long way to go to allow people to catch up as we go. There are people obviously spending as they're going through, which is fine. I don't think we should have a go at people spending. I think, I spend, other people spend, and we all do spend on different things at different times. If you don't spend anything, you're always going to be struggling. But I think it's a good game. You get yourself in a good club. You don't need to be spending lots to do that. Now, there's an argument to say we should finish off with a long jump. And the reason why I say that is because there is definitely a gap. I just want to make sure I've taken my daily deals today. All bar that one. Just on this, so 200 for a green box. Let's see what it is in the training centre. Guess what? We can't buy it in the training centre. So we are going to buy it in here. And we're just going to see what comes out of it. Oh, we didn't want that. And we didn't want that. Wow, we just got a box and both things we already have. Not very good. Okay, so I want to finish on a long jump. I feel like long jump, we got the least amount of cards. We've demonstrated through this we can really hit some PBs. Really excited for when we start doing the other athletes, because that really will start to drive some of those improvements. If we looked at it and said we've got another 6 athletes to upgrade, I can't remember if it's 5 or 6, let's call it 6. Add 6,000 cups onto there, roughly speaking. That starts to put you at the 163. Then your coaches and your other cards up to speed, and that's what starts to get you up into the higher echelons. And there will be some events where we do more than that 1,000 average, as we've done here on, actually, if you think about it, was it 4 or 5? It's probably close to 15, 1600 on this one. And so when we start doing throwing, when we start doing sprints, I've got 3. Hurdles have got 3. So maybe 1200s. 1200s. Middle distance, that'll probably be 8. So call it 24, 32, 42, 40, call it 44, 46, 50. Yeah, so you're not going to be a million miles away. Right, next. So we're doing this long jump. Long jump is what we will be finishing on. So let's see how we go. Oh no. No. Okay. It's far too early. I thought that was good on the board, maybe slightly low, but I did think my timing was good. It definitely wasn't a .041 negative. That's good. That's early. So that's a 9 meter jump. It was a pretty bog standard jump. It was good on the board. Sorry, good on the run up. Okay on the board. I think the angle was slightly too high. But over time, we will see that increase up. So again, let's just check. I just want to check records. We're going to high jump. Let's see how we're doing there. And again, what are we, 34th or whatever. High jump, where are we? We're 23rd. So we do punch above our weight. That's this season. 24th overall is probably a better reflection. We are punching above our weight. Why am I showing you this bit? There is a reason. I did have a period of time where my triple jump was so much worse than my position. And actually, I think it was in tribe event, I just kept on doing triple jump. And eventually, all of a sudden, I started hitting the big figures. And we know that with a few of these events, they're very temperamental, and the range of what you're going to get is quite vast. So it allows us to see, are we in kilter with where we think we should be? So triple jump all time, that's hopeful, going that way. 34th, we're in line with where we are. Okay. Which is interesting because we know we can just go back. We know we can jump further than this. I think we'll be closer to the 18.8. Long jump. Wow. A long jump in a worse position than our overall ranking. So again, that sort of proves the point of my inkling from doing all of this was that actually there's a bit in the tank from long jump. It didn't feel like a really good jump. But it is what it is. We will do that. We'll collect these as we go. We are going to get some more trading tokens. We should be pretty close just on cards. Blue cards were pretty good. I think 8906 is the lowest we've got, which is a really good position to be in. The Michaelis, is it Michaelis or Michael's? Where is it? Michael. That will be at 15 relatively soon. We are using trading tokens now. The tactic is going to be, because of what we get in boxes and stuff and the fact that we can get quite a lot of blues, the trading token strategy, now that we've got a few to max, and we've done that so that when we put our trade up, we're giving our club mates options to choose from. But we're going to start upping everything up to, we want to get everything to 10 grand, then everything to 11, everything to 12. That's going to be the overall aim of how we're going to do that. Same as when we start to look at green. We've got 2480 is the lowest. Let's just have a look. 2246. 2246. That is the lowest. And we've got the Philippides at 2764. It's not far away. It's too early to start requesting that. It's too many cards needed still. But I think if we can start getting some of these jump ones up to max levels, and if we just look at the overall strategy that we've got from a card perspective, very interesting to see long jump. We're not far off maxing the entire thing. We just need a blue and the coach. So the remaining progress is either going to be random, or actually the coach is going to hold some of the key to kicking on. But that is it for today. Slightly longer video, but I did want to make sure that we went through all of the bits of how the athlete forward jumping will benefit you in your game when you get it to level 15. Like, share, subscribe, comments below, hit the bell icon. Remember, there's lots of you watching who don't subscribe. It really would be helpful to have you subscribe. You know, the more people subscribing, the better we can do, the more content we can put out, the more you know, suggestions. Do put suggestions in as well, as to what you want to see. I like the fact people are starting to ask more questions in the comments and videos. It's great. I get round to them. You know, let's face it, we're not inundated, but you know, even if we were, I'd still find the time to get round to as many of them as we could. So I'll see you on the next video. You know, our next push is World Tour playoff. If we can get 5th in that, we get 2 gold tokens. We're going to get a gold token in club championships. That's 3. And that's going to put us in a really, really good position to starting to accelerate those athletes up to level 15. And that's how you do it. And remember, you want coins, you need to get stuff maxed, because that's how you're going to generate some coins. And purples are definitely the easiest way to do that. So, see you on the next one. As I said, I've got some older upgrades that I'm going to put out over the next couple of days. I can't remember what they're on, because we put some up recently. But we'll get them out as quickly as possible. You know, but great to see some PBs, and that really was good. I'm really happy with that. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.